fact, I didn't think I'd live to see it. But this is probably the greatest artifact we've got in the United States, next to the Constitution, because the Monitor, they'll be lucky if they bring up the turret on that. So, no, this is marvelous piece of history.
Now, I went out on the boat with Wes Hall and Ralph Wilbanks a few years ago, and they showed me how they did it with the grids and everything else.
That's right, there in the boat right there.
You really had to have a lot of confidence that it really was here to go through that exhaustive effort to find it.
I knew it was here, and I wasn't going to give up. In fact, if we hadn't found it, we'd still be out there looking.
And I think it's because it was buried so well that it is still here.
That's why it's so well preserved, and that's why, and it filled with silt very early on, so the remains, particularly the bones of the crew, should be preserved inside.
What is your connection from here on in? Will you be involved in any of the conservation efforts or anything like that?
No, I'm done. They send me home. I'm finished. You're done. Go home. That's about it. No, that's all taken care of. I won't be involved.
Have you any more projects? Bringing things back from the bottom of the sea?
Well, we just recently, we haven't really made the big announcement, we recently found the Carpathia, which rescued the Titanic survivors, and we want to go back now and drop ROV and take video of it. And we want to look for the Savannah. First steamboat across the Atlantic and grounded, and it's buried in the sand off Fire Island, New York. So we've still got more to go out and find. I always said that I'd die happy if I found two ships, the Hunley and John Paul Jones ship, the Bonhomme Richard, which I haven't found yet.
Well, now here in, 28, 29 feet of water made it, I guess, a little easier, but the bottom out here is all sand and silt. Does that make it
that was it.
Consideration?
Yeah, we couldn't use a side scan sonar. We had to use the magnetometer, which meant we damn near had to go right over it before we found it.
What did you read or know of that led you to believe the Hunley was still here after so many people thought it had been destroyed or washed away?
Nothing. I just had it in my mind that it still had to be here, and I just wasn't going to give up until we found it.
Now, it is interesting. This will be the third time, actually, the Hunley is brought to the surface. It sank twice in 1863 during trial runs.
Right.
It also, the ship it sank, the Houstonic, I believe, was blown up in 1909 to clear the channel. So it's gone through a lot already. So
it really has. Angus Smith, the diver in those days, made a lot of money that he kept bringing it up. So, the poor Hunley has really been through a torture test.
So this is still a very great day for you, and I'm sure it's a very solemn moment. I mean, what kind of emotions do you feel?
Well, I'm so impressed because talking with the divers, the technology on the thing is much more advanced than we thought it was. And, it was so far ahead of its time. And they're talking about flush rivets. My gosh, Howard Hughes, I thought, came up with that in the 1930s on an airplane. So these guys really knew what they were doing. And the craftsmanship, too, is a marvel on this thing.
Well, Clive Cussler, thank you for being with us, and thank you for your efforts in bringing back this legend so that we can all share it as part of our history.
My pleasure,
and,
Mike. Thank
Mike,
you.
We'll be back to you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.